Hello everyone and welcome to another China Q&A. Every now and then I will take questions from everyone about various topics related to China or to me, and I answer them. So I jumped on Facebook and also my YouTube community page for questions, and you guys responded in force. I never had so many questions before, so let's get to them. The first question that we have is from Pavel, and he's asking, do you meet non-English natives lecturing in China? Are there any opportunities for Europeans to teach other classes, not only ESL to 3-year-old kids? If you're teaching anything besides English, then yeah, sure, why not? Like, you don't have to be a native English speaker to teach in China. It's just if you want to teach English, you need to be a native English speaker. So you can teach plenty of other things. I've met people here from all over the world who teach Spanish and German and Polish and French and Portuguese and like all these languages because they are from a country that speaks that language. So yeah, there are plenty of opportunities, but not if you want to teach English. Oh, the next one is from my friend Nikki Johnson. She's asking when I'm coming back to Hainan. I'm coming back to Hainan as soon as I can get someone else to pay for it. As soon as I can fly down to make some more videos or do something, I would love to. But the thing is, I can't afford traveling in Hainan. I can't do it, so sorry about that. I would love to, though. We have another question here, and it is, have you ever gotten into a fight or a serious argument in China? I mean, heated. Yes, I have in Guangzhou, actually. I've had some really bad experiences in Guangzhou. There's a really strong undercurrent of resentment and bitterness and real dislike towards foreigners in that city, and you can feel it, whenever you go around and when you talk to like foreigners living in the city and you talk to Chinese people there about foreigners in the city. Like, it's really bubbling under the surface. But anyway, I was trying to get in a taxi and my then fiance, now wife, waves down and she's like, well, okay, we want to go to this place. And it was only like, I don't know, 3 kilometers away, not very far. And the driver's like, nope, not going there. And she's like, why? I just don't want to. Well, you can't do that. You're a taxi. You're supposed to take us to the place that we want to go. And he's just like, whatever, don't care. And she said, okay, I'm going to call the cab company and complain about you. I'm going to file a complaint against you. And then the guy fucking blew up. He got out of the taxi and he started putting hands on my wife. He started like trying to push her, like, and all this, and he's trying to provoke me into taking a swing. And so I get between him and my wife, and he's trying to reach over me and trying to push me and push my wife, and I'm just like, I'm not swinging. You can keep, like, because he keeps pushing me like this, both shoulders like this, talking about, oh, you fucking foreigner, you fucking foreigner. Oh, who do you think you are, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing there between him and my wife, and he's trying so hard to get me to take a swing, and there's plenty of other people walking by, and I'm not saying a single word, and all this happened. He goes at it for about 5 minutes trying to provoke a fight, and then he gives up and walks away. Then we file that complaint against him, and that was that story. But that's about the closest I've got. I don't want to get in a fight in China because if it's a foreigner versus a Chinese, the locals are, of course, going to take the Chinese people's side. I don't want to go to jail forever. That's not my idea of a good time. So that's the closest I've gotten in China. Next, we have a question from Aaron, and he's asking about what I see as the best cities to live in. What are your favorite activities to do? What do you miss about the USA and other things like that? Well, for me, the best cities to live in China are cities that balance kind of this modern China with old China, like cities that balance their kind of local cultural identity with the new developments here in China. That's why I really, really like Chengdu. I feel like Chengdu does a very good job of balancing those two, because you can see things like traditional opera and traditional tea culture and mahjong, and you can see like an older way of life. And this is a very culturally driven city, but there's all the modern conveniences of 2018 here. So that's very cool. I also like Chongqing. I think Chongqing is really interesting in that way too. Like Beijing, I feel like does a really horrible job about that. Like Beijing is it's a city without a soul. And Shanghai is kind of that way. It's a city without a real soul. Guangzhou, I feel like, has the potential to be that. It's just there's that nasty undercurrent that I talked about. I feel like Chengdu is the best place to live. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I know there are plenty of other places that are great to live too. I just haven't been there yet. As far as what I like to do, yeah, sure. I like hot pot. I like to bike. I like to drink every now and then. I like play it on my PS4. I like traveling. I haven't done much traveling though recently. It's something I'd love to get back into actually. And I actually spend a lot of extra time reading about teaching and reading about how to be a better teacher and be a better communicator. So those are the things that I kind of do in my free time. And also don't forget Frisbee. I do Frisbee as well. The last part of your question, the best part about Chengdu in relation to other cities, I'd probably say the slow pace of life. Chengdu is so relaxed and so easygoing and to a certain extent, I guess, lazy. Chengdu does make people lazy, but I mean, that's the kind of person that I am. I like a slow pace of life. I like to just take my time doing what I like. So I feel like Chengdu fits me in that regard. I'm not the kind of person who's always rushing around to get things done and looking for the next new coolest thing and trying to get the new gadget and the new this and the new that. I just don't care. People who are like that probably belong in Shanghai, you know, or Shenzhen. You know, they're always pursuing the newest, latest, greatest kind of thing. But I'm pretty happy with where I am. So I feel like Chengdu fits me. Because I feel like Chengdu and Chengdu people are happy with where they're at as well. Here's a great question from Samuelito about hiring bias. Yes, hiring bias is real. If you are from those kind of classic English-speaking countries like the USA, the UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, it's going to be much easier to find a job. Even if you're from South Africa, it can be a little bit harder. It's like, what? But you're white. You can't be from Africa or something like that. It's like, oh no, you speak Afrikaans or you speak some other language. Like, that's not a native English-speaking country or things like that. So there is a real hiring bias. Sorry about that. That is a real thing. Here's a really good question about taxes. Yes, if you are American and you are in China, you still do need to file taxes. Well, I suppose if you don't have to if you don't meet the minimum threshold, which I think is like 10,000 US dollars per year if you're single. So, you know, if you don't meet that, then that's fine. And I didn't meet that for a long time. But now I do actually file taxes every year. I do not have to pay anything because there's a form, it's like form 2555. Yeah, 3 5s. And then 2555. EZ. It's the foreign income exemption. So the first 100,000 that you make in China is tax exempt, so you don't have to pay anything. But please do your own research. Here's a really good question about making payments back to the US while you are in China or back to wherever you're from. If you're from the US, there's a great website called US Why No, which will let you upload some information to their website, and it'll let you swap RMB for dollars, and you can use things like PayPal and WeChat. So if you need dollars, you can send money to somebody via WeChat, and that person will put dollars into your PayPal account. I've used it for the opposite. I've put like $50 in my PayPal, sent it to somebody, and then they've sent me money on WeChat. And it's fine. It's a safe system. It works just fine. So yeah, you can check that out. You can also wire money out of China directly through a bank. That's not too difficult. I think now you can wire money out of China via Alipay as well. So there are more and more options coming out in recent years to help you get money out of China. So you can do that. I do have to pay student loans as well. So that is something that I do every month, or I'll send like a huge sum and pay like 5 or 6 months at a time. Here's a good one. Do you actually see old people teaching English? Well, the truth is, no, not really. Here at my university, we have 2 older gentlemen. They are in their 50s. One's about to turn 60. So that's 2 out of about more than 30, I think. So it's not a real high rate. And if I'm just out on the street, I very, very rarely see people older than, you know, mid-30s or even in their 40s. It's very rare. The people you will see here in China mostly are people in their 20s and people in their early to mid-30s. You don't see a lot of older people here. So, yeah. Well, this is kind of a tough question. How do Chinese people treat people from the continent of Africa? Well, I think there is a difference between white and black African. White Africans are generally treated just the same as any other Laowai because they're white. If they find out that they are from South Africa or they're from wherever, they're kind of people are very confused. But I feel like this question is more for a guy like Wodamaya. Like I feel like he would be a better person to ask. So I'll link down to his channel. You can send him that question on your own. Next one, you post videos a lot less frequently these days. How do you find a balance between video making, teaching, and life? Looking forward to more food videos. Well, all right, cool. I'm not gonna make too many more food videos. I'm thinking about making it like a weekly thing, like a very short video, but I'm not too fussed. Food videos are kind of boring. I've always said this, if making videos ever disrupts my teaching life or disrupts my married life, then I won't do it anymore, which is sometimes why I take breaks. I take vacations because I feel like making videos is something I shouldn't be doing right now. I need to put it on the back burner, focus on work, or focus on, you know, being married, or just focus on being myself for a little while. It's a hobby, of course, but it's one that really needs to take a back seat to the other things in my life, because if I don't do a good job teaching, then I'm letting all the students down, and that's why I'm in China. I'm in China to be a teacher. That's my visa. That's how I stay here. So if I don't teach well, that's kind of the end of it, you know? And I am married now, so if I don't take care of my wife, then what am I doing, you know? And video making's fun, but priorities, you know? I think I'm gonna make this the last one. This is from Brian, AKA American in Taiwan. So please check out his channel. He's trying to make good videos out there. And there's not too many Laowai Taiwan-based YouTubers, so check him out. It says, when are you visiting Taiwan so we can share a beer and a hangout? Don't know. It is a place I would like to go, but there are so many places that are way closer that I'd like to visit as well. So that's the whole problem about China, is it's just so freaking big. There's so many places here around me that I could go to, and I don't really even need to go to Taiwan, but I would like to. I hear it's brilliant. So don't know, sorry. If you could visit Tibet on any kind of official guided tour, would you go? No, I don't think so. Tibet is a really problematic region, and I think I'll just leave it at that. Is there a region you would like to see and make vlogs about? Xinjiang. Xinjiang. Another problematic region, but better than Tibet, I think. Oh, and just to be clear, I mean in a non-political way. Well, I mean, that's just me in general. I'm not a political person. I just don't find it interesting. And it's a very useless subject. Like, when has being involved in politics ever helped you out? Honestly, nah. Are there any countries around Asia you would like to explore and make videos about? Ooh, I would love to go to Cambodia. I'd love to go to Vietnam. I would like to go to Thailand. Although Thailand seems like it's been kind of ruined by too many Chinese. It seems like it's kind of like China, the sequel. You know, it's like China 2.0. So maybe not there. Maybe Laos as well. Yeah. There you go. Thanks for the questions, Brian. Thanks for the questions, everybody. I think I'm going to leave it there. It's been really fun. I've really enjoyed this Q&A, so thank you again. Leave some more questions down below, and I can either try and answer them there in the comments or in a video. So thank you. I will see you all